Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of
The
the
personnel
My
department
Team
has asked us to deal with this. Thanks for dealing with it.
series.
The department's appreciative.
Obviously last time out we didn't actually finish a race, we crashed out in the race, but it looked like we had very strong pace in qualifying. So maybe we can recreate that again. Would be very nice. So we've got Imola next then. As next race on the calendar. As
I know we were
everything seems to be
expecting some
failing
new
on the
developments to
R&D
come
side of
through,
things,
but
but
some of them
we'll
are poor.
fix that after this race. So it's just going to be the one uh, race if we actually finish one for once. Would be very nice. So we're going to jump straight into qualifying. We're not going to do quick practice because we just want to get through the races and qualifying as quick as we can. So if it is your first time watching, make sure to just click the like button and subscribe. Obviously I'm not going to force you to subscribe, but you can if you want to. Because we've got a braking system fault right at the start of qualifying then. That's not going to be very good for us at the start.
Okay, bear with us a few minutes. We're losing hydraulic pressure. There's a leak somewhere in the system. Sit tight for a bit.
Has Giotto completed a lap yet? No one's completed a lap, so we're going to go out on the softs,
All complete.
try and
Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready
see
to
if we
go.
can recreate the pace that we had at Bahrain in qualifying. Will be very nice. Obviously we've got the full qualifying format of Q1, Q2, Q3. As Giotto does a 1:18.9. That's the time to beat for everyone then. Oh, Alonso beats it practically straight away. I think they were. I think Verstappen was on a lap then. No, just accidentally holding him up. So should be a very good race, even if we have a poor qualifying. Not one of my strongest tracks personally, especially at this chicane here. It's very poor normally through there. But if we can get ourselves into Q2, then see where we go from there. That'd be very nice. Obviously, getting out at Q1 twice in 2 races in a row at the start of the season would be very nice. So we're going to start our first time lap then of this Q1 session. Just hope we don't get involved in any traffic on our first lap. We'll do 25.1 first sector and go a little bit wide there, just after sector 1. Could be very interesting. See where we can put our car at the start of Q1. .52.02 then is our sector 2. Very interesting where we can put the car. We don't look the quickest around this track. I won't lie to anyone here. DRS wide open, then we're going to come across the line to go P4. And I think we're going to go for another lap with 1 second off the pace, which is quite poor. As we're up by a 1/10.5 then, just before the end of sector 1. As we go a little bit wide and touch the gravel, that's going to lose a load of time. So we just drop down into P5 then, because Perez is putting a quicker time. So our lap times are 1:18.2. Will that be enough for Q2? We'll find out. Probably still a couple of people just going around on their time laps, or just finishing up their time laps. We should take the little right hand hill very nicely. 7/10 down on Perez then. He's P4. As we look to try and improve on our time, which we are doing at the moment. 2.5 tenths is the time we're up by at the moment. We're going to come across the line now and stay P7. We improved on our lap time, but don't improve our position. Drop down a couple of places then because of see McLaren setting quicker lap times.
Right, come in at the end of
So
the lap.
it's time to pit. Just trying to cut all the corners, try and get back to the pit lane as quick as possible. Because we're in low fuel mode. Well, just going to low fuel mode now. Would be really nice if we get out at Q1, but we're under a bit of pressure. Obviously we're only doing a 1:17.9. Doesn't look like one of our circuits that we're going to be quick at.
They're in 15th. Their best lap time is
Giotto's currently 15th then. That's not where we want him to be. We want him to be pushing for a Q2. Well, for getting into Q2 now. Drop down to P8. Just keep tumbling down the order then.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
As we pit now then. We don't speed. We start putting the car in now. So obviously, we might have to. We're a second off the pace. Giotto's currently 16th. So we're just going to run down the session time, see if we can hang on in this Q1 session. Because look, everyone below us is on flying laps. This could be quite interesting here. We stayed, well, we've dropped down to P9. Giotto just misses out by a couple of hundredths. We're 1.2 seconds off the pace. Oh, Giotto must be devastated with that one. Being knocked out by, I'm guessing, one of his Italian friends, Giovinazzi. So we're into Q2 then. Now, do we use the mediums or do we use the softs? I think we'll just use the mediums. We're going to run down time and then just do a lap right near the end. I think that's probably best. See what everyone's times are saying. We're going to go out on the mediums then. And try and get ourselves into Q3 for the second time this season. But if we don't get into Q3, it's not a massive deal. Obviously we can make up the positions in the race, hopefully. As we're about to start our first flying lap of the Q2 session then. 5 minutes left of the session. DRS wide open then. Going to cross line now to start our first flying lap. We're going to be under a lot of pressure to get into Q3 on the mediums, but I'm sure we can do it. We're 46 thousandths off Stroll in P12, but he's on the soft, so we might have to quickly jump into the pits and chuck the softs on just so we can get through. So we'll see where we can put our car though. At the moment it's not looking too good for us. We're just under 2 tenths up through sector 2 on Stroll. This could be a very interesting last sector. If we nail everything, we might be able to just sneak past Stroll, or maybe just sneak into the top 10. We'll have to see though, as we round the final corner now, as we take a little too much curb and we have a little slide. DRS wide open, we're going to come across the line and go P7. So we might just make it through then. Into the top 10 shootout. We might only just make it through. We're just through by a couple of thousandths. Leclerc though on pole in Q2. And then Lando just behind him. So we're into the top 10 shootout. So I just realised we've got 3 sets of softs if we need them, but I think we're only going to use the 1 or 2 if we really do need the second set. So we've got that Ferrari in front of us then. We've got to try and chuck our car somewhere in the top 10. I'd be happy with just above P7 maybe. That was massive for us though to get through on the mediums, and we did it. So let's see where we put our car as we start our first time lap. We've got another lap if we need it on another set of softs, if we do really need it. So 25.03 then first sector. We were flying through sector 1 there. We've got Ricciardo and PT then, and we need to try and beat. He's done a 51.3. Sector 2, so we're going to try and beat that. As we have a little bit of a mistake up the hill. 7 tenths down on Ricciardo at the minute. There's always room for improvement though. This might not be good enough to jump Ricciardo at the moment. We'll see what our last sector's saying though. Take just enough curb on the entry of the corner there. But we stay P7. We're going again though. On this set of softs, see if we can improve in sector 1. Obviously, if we have a big mistake, I think we'll just jump straight into the pit lane. Not been our strongest circuit. I know we've only had 2 races, but not been our strongest circuit so far. We have a little slide, so just 1.5 tenths up on our time. So we'll drop down to P10 then, but we are improving so far on our lap time. Let's see where we can put this car in Q3.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
This is big for us though. We've had 2 Q3 appearances in 2 races. As we're up by 9 thousandths on signs in P6, but we are also just under 7.5 tenths up on our lap time. Where can we put our car for our second time lap of this Q3 session? DRS wide open, then we're going to come across the line and go P7. So obviously we've got the second set of softs if we need it. Should be a very exciting end to qualifying though. So currently P7. We're going to try and improve. We're going to do a quick flying lap. See if we can improve on our lap time. Should be very interesting end though to this Q3 session. So we're going to run the final corner now to start our third time lap of this Q3 session. So we're not going to get another lap, and then it's either this lap or nothing if we're going to improve on our lap time. Currently 3 tenths down. It's not looking good for us so far. Take a little bit of the gravel with us there. But we're up on our time though. Oh no, we keep dipping under and back up to a bare lap time, but we're 38 hundredths down. I don't think we're going to improve on our lap time here. We're 3 tenths down on Perez, currently in P5. We do the chicane very nicely though. That's going to gain us a little bit of time. Just rounding the last couple of corners. Going to need a very good exit if we're going to gain any time. We start gaining time now on the final corner. We're up by a tenth. And we go P6. So decent qualifying for us then. Obviously not recreating the pace that we had in Bahrain where we got on pole, I think it was.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today.
Bottas,
P6, just under 6.5 tenths off last week. Bottas on pole. So going to be going into the race now. Hopefully Giotto can make up some positions in the race then. Would be very nice to see him up there. But the car does not look like it's got as much pace as it had in Bahrain. Only time will tell though during this race if we have pace or not. So obviously we ran on the mediums in Q2 and managed to just about squeeze through.
Alright, I think we can call that a successful qualifying.
16 laps then around Imola. Should be very exciting. Will we see a couple of safety cars? Will we see some VSCs? What will we see?
Before
As we're going to do a medium to soft strategy for this race. So, we're going to get underway here. 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go here in Imola. There's a couple of the people in front of us are on softs, we're on the mediums. Can we finally finish a race? And the second race of the calendar here. So we've had dropped down a couple of positions due to the soft runners, but hopefully our pace will match. Oh no! We've completely had a mistake and we've lost our front wing. We're going to be at the back of the grid now though.
Caution, the
VSC is out.
car has just been deployed due to a buildup of debris on the track. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, copy that.
We're going to go pit now and go mediums.
We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Oh, we had a bit of a mistake. They're trying to go around the outside of signs, I think it was, and then just took too much of the curb and completely lost it. As we look to try and make it back to the pits in one piece. Obviously without a front wing as we catch up to the pack, but that won't matter because we're going to have to pit. So we're going to have to gain some time from somewhere once we pit. Everyone else is on the soft. I think we're one of the only people on mediums. As VSC is ending just as we're about to get to the pit lane. So the VSC ends then, and we dive into the pit lane. We're going to be going on a new set of mediums, then we're going to go on the softs right near the end for the last couple of laps.
Exit now.
As we pit then, as the pack at 25, going to probably take over to 30 seconds in front. We're going to have a recovery driving a half if we're to get points here.
Once now, one stop left.
So we're going to pit near the end, probably around lap 13 for the softs. So we're going to have to push like crazy now then to try and
We're trailing our teammate by
get
7.1
up to the
seconds.
points maybe.
They're on fresh softs. They're in 15th. The time last lap
Giotto's
was
in 15th then.
33.6.
It's good for him. Maybe he can get some more positions and try and get into the top 10 maybe. We just need a safety car at the moment. That will save our race. We have a bit of a mistake and don't brake quick enough through the hill. Just slide off into the runoff area. I think what we need is a couple of VSCs, maybe even a safety car if we're going to get back into this one and be right up with the pack again. Look, you can see Mazepin, 31 seconds, just ticking down a bit now though, into the 30s. I thought we was out when we
DRS is being enabled this lap.
was gonna hit the wall,
Second of the car
but
ahead,
no, we
and in the
just
DRS
scraped the wall with our front wing. It completely went. So on a positive, we're not out of this race, so we might have a chance of finishing a race. We just might not get points. So I think you just saw the time up there where I was on the gravel. So we have a little mess up. It's way too much of the curb. Let's just try and cool the tyres down just a little bit, just so we're not going to be sliding all over the track. The Verstappen's created a massive gap to Hamilton, I think that is, in P2. We can't have no mistakes though. Mick Schumacher though in 18th. I don't know what happened to Ocon in P20. He didn't have to pit, I don't think. Maybe he took 5 place grid penalty or something. or just had a really poor qualifying. And just start getting on Mazepin by a couple of attempts. He's in 21st at the moment. We keep doing that going on into the runoff just before the hill. We're not braking quick enough as we're pushing maybe just a little bit too hard.
Gap ahead is 32.
Trying to get up to,
seconds.
or catch up to Mazepin. But I think if we do catch Mazepin, we won't have any problems trying to overtake, as they are one of the slowest cars on the grid. We're like fourth from bottom, so maybe the power train just gives us a little bit more speed.
Gap to teammate ahead is 34.0 seconds.
See how our teammates
We're
getting on.
trailing our teammate by 34.0 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 15th. The time last lap was a 1:23.2.
We're just having too many mistakes. Oh no! As we spin again then. Here at Imola, I did say it's not one of my strongest tracks.
A new strategy
Just going
is
to try and make it
available
back
on
to the pit lane.
Got that confirmed?
I think we're going to maybe try and... How many laps is there left? Just over 10 laps. So we're going to try and go on the softs maybe and just last them out to the end. We're very interesting strategy, but we could make it work as Tsunoda's dropped all the way back to 18th. And Russell and Ocon are having a little battle now though.
Okay,
We have to cut the corner, we weren't going to make it
it's too much.
through the chicane.
3-second penalty.
So now we've got a 3-second time penalty. Got so much understeer because of the bit of damage on our front wing. So we're going to pit then again. Oh, now our front wing's completely gone. Did not mean to hit that pit wall there. Was too focused on trying not to get us to speed and penalty.
Release.
So we're starting to get lapped by everyone. How old are these tyres? Only 7% on the rear, so we should have a little bit more speed then.
Blue flag.
It's going to take a recovery drive and a half though. Now we've got Vettel behind us. Same blue flags, but he's nowhere near me, so I'm not going to let him go yet. Just not been a very good race for us. I would not be surprised if we DNF'd. Oh, we nearly lose it there. And the exit of the corner. So we've also got a 3-second time penalty to add to our woes as well.
Create a gap and let the car behind through.
So someone pits. A Ferrari and a McLaren. As we're just looking to try and push and catch Mazepin. Oh, as we have a spin again for the third time this race. As there goes Giovinazzi.
Blue flag.
Oh, we might be out. Oh no, we've had a lot of mistakes. VSC is out though.
The virtual safety car
For
has been deployed.
for us, I'm
Slow
guessing.
down and maintain a positive delta. There's been an incident resulting in a high level of debris on the track. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed.
What's Mazepin doing? Clipping our rear a little bit there. Mazepin was. Sorry to anyone that actually watches these episodes. Not been very interesting so far, but I hope we do improve. It's just Mazepin's right behind us, and I don't like it. VSC's out there. Oh, that might be a penalty.
Okay, this
No,
is
we just
Jeff.
got a corner quitting
I
warning.
need
Never
you
mind.
to stop cutting the corners. If you
Did
keep
not
it up,
mean
the stewards will award you a
to
penalty.
do that. Had a mistake and just didn't. No, forgot where to brake. A lot of mistakes this race. A couple of spins, even though we're on lap 7. Because we're just going to let Mazepin through, even though, well, we didn't really try to let him through. It was on the gravel.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your
VSC
pace
is ending
until
then.
green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
We've had 3 new front wings.
Complete. Go now.
So we're 1 lap behind everyone then. We're just pushing a bit too hard. That might be us out. Oh no. Oh. This episode has been very boring for everyone. Just a load of spins. That's a penalty, yeah.
Time penalty for that last incident. A new strategy is available on
I'm very
the
sorry to
MFD.
everyone that watches these episodes as we have a little spin there. There's a load of people diving to the pit lane on the map, as you can see. So we got a little bit of understeer then, because obviously the wing damage. Oh. Oh, die. It's just VSC that again, but not going to do us much favours. So a couple of spins then. No, not a couple, a few spins for us. As we got Hamilton or Bottas behind us as we slide off into the gravel again. As we don't pit, because we're just going to try and catch them, but it's probably a really dumb idea that we might get done for by spinning maybe. Got so much understeer, and we're out.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, the car's upside down.
Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
We won't be using flashbacks, because that's just cheating. It's just not been a very couple of good races as there for us.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So, as we crash out again,
Let's have a quick look at how
I don't think we
driver
would have
standings have
pulled that
changed.
back anyway.
Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance,
Even
making gains at the top of the table.
we had
So, Anthony Davidson,
6 seconds
who
in
would you
penalties,
rank as your driver of the day?
Nikita Mazepin.
and then obviously we kept spinning, changing our front wings. So I'm sorry to anyone for this really poor episode, but I'll quickly show you the calendar. I don't think I've showed anyone the calendar. And then that'll be the end of our episode here for episode 2. And I hope that we don't have such a poor race in episode 3. So, what races have we got? We've got Portimao next. So, it's the full calendar then, other than Jeddah, which is quite annoying. So, we've got Portimao, then Spain, then Monaco, then Baku, Canada, France, Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, Spa, Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Singapore, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, Australia, and the Abu Dhabi. George Russell's got 2 points from that race. So that's going to be the end of our episode here then today. Sorry for the really poor episode. That was just really shocking driving from me. Obviously it's not one of my strongest tracks, but we go again in Portugal. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.